It is 7:10. I'd like to open the meeting of the Village of Suffern Zoning Board of Appeals. Everybody please rise. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Our chair, Barry Tessyman, was unable to be here tonight, so I'm acting in his stead. We will lead off tonight with 6 Oak Terrace. Notice is hereby given that the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Village of Suffern will conduct a public hearing on Thursday, July 18th, 2024 at 7:05 p.m. or as soon thereafter as possible at Suffern Village Hall, 61 Washington Avenue, Suffern, New York, on an appeal by Kevin Gallazin of 6 Oak Terrace, Suffern, New York, to permit the use variance for the construction and maintenance of a 12 by 24 garage/storage shed. The approval of such an appeal requires a variance from the requirement of section 266-15G1C, in which the floor area of each accessory structure shall not be more than 100 square feet. The premises affected is situated on the north side of Oak Terrace and is approximately 150 feet west of Ridge Avenue. The property is listed on the Village of Suffern and Town of Ramapo tax maps as section 54.50-1-38. Mr. Gallagher, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to just give you an overview of the situation. I'm here today to request a variance for construction of a 12 by 24 garage/storage shed on the back left side of my property. The goal here is to have it set back 5 feet off the back of the property and 2 feet off the side. This would allow for essential storage space and correct positioning to align with the center of my driveway. Not having this approved would cause an unnecessary hardship. The garage/storage shed would be multi-use and will provide adequate storage for a family of 3 living in a small 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. And for a growing family, this is beyond a personal convenience, but more so an absolute necessity to maintain a normal quality of living. Currently, there is only 1 closet in the entire home. By not having a garage/storage shed to allow for additional storage space, which is not provided in the home because of the year it was built, is causing my family and I an unnecessary burden. Due to the conditions unique to the property based off the current zoning regulations, it would be impossible to build an attached garage to our home as it would intrude on our neighbor's driveway and not meet the required setbacks. Almost every house in the neighborhood has a detached garage that is the same size or bigger, which is my understanding were built before the laws were changed. Unfortunately, the previous homeowner did not take advantage of these laws to allow for proper storage space. This was most likely the case because the house was built in 1928, which is older than many houses in the neighborhood, and the reason why there's only 1 closet. By building this garage/storage shed, there's absolutely no harm to the public's interest, and I've already gotten verbal acceptance from all my surrounding neighbors who are not only supportive, but would be happy to advocate for me if needed. I moved to Suffern in February of 2021 and have family in the neighborhood. I have already made many improvements to the home and plan on continued expansion that will only add more value and overall benefit to the neighborhood and town. The garage/storage shed has already been purchased and has been sitting on my curb for over a month now. This shed was ordered back in March and was verbally approved by Cyril as it was a special order and took months to be built. I then found out that the permit was eventually denied shortly after it was delivered and unable to be returned. I went to discuss with Cyril the reason for denial after we extensively spoke about the requirements, and I unfortunately learned that he was very sick in the hospital and that was not possible. I was advised by Stephen, who was filling in, and others to go through the process to obtain a variance in order to have it built. I'm now in the precarious position to have to ask for approval for something that I was told under the belief would be allowed and now cannot be returned. I spoke with Stephen and had him come out to the property and confirm that I had adequate pervious land coverage to suffice and would not be an issue if approved. So please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. And I also, the picture I provided was like the current shed, so just printed you, if you want to look at it, what would be going there.
Zavoski, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I happened to go to the property yesterday evening, a little after 6, to see the location and what was going on. I rang the doorbell, with the ring camera was working. Two dogs in there.
Yep.
And I only stayed for about a minute or two, so someone answered. And then I left the property. I didn't want to go on the property without the owner himself present or whatever. Just to get an idea of what the property location was.
Sure.
So that was about as far as
Were you,
I didn't look in the
share the
back.
location, or?
Yeah, I didn't look in the back of the property. I didn't, see what was going on. I didn't look at other neighbors in the area to see what was going on. I just thought it would be best to talk to the property owner, see what was going on first before I came to the press.
What time did you try going?
I was around a little after 6.
Yeah, I was out of dinner, I apologize.
And I didn't want to stay anymore because of the dogs.
Yeah.
Getting excited.
Yeah,
But I did see the stuff on the curb.
yeah, immovable.
I don't know if this is going to be.
Yeah, so
there.
Yeah, so this, we took the shed down, so it's gonna go in the exact same spot that this shed is. It's 2 feet off the side, 5 feet off the back. It's just gonna extend out, this is a 10 by 10 shed, so it's gonna extend 2 feet to the right, and then additional 14 feet out. And then, that would be what's going in place.
Ms. Wilson?
I have no issue with it. I think it's, consistent with most of the houses in the village. We have our garages in the back corner. I have no issue with it whatsoever.
I do have a couple of questions. I want to make sure I understood some of the paperwork correctly. Do you intend to have running water and sewage in the shed, in the garage? Because I thought it said yes, there would be water and yes,
Sorry, I
it
didn't hear your
would
answer.
be connected.
No. Yeah, maybe I filled that out on the application, but no water sewage.
Because that would be another thing that we would
That
not
would
be
be
allowed.
great.
Right, understood.
You can make that a condition of approval
Yes.
if you're going to approve.
Okay. So anybody from the public that would like to say anything about the project?
I just have a procedural question. Do you have
Come
a
on up, Jim.
quorum?
Wait a second.
Yes.
Okay,
Barely, but yes, we do.
okay. Otherwise you have to come back again.
Okay. Mr. Gallatin, thank you. So if the board members have no other questions or no other comments, would anybody like to make a motion?
Before you do, I'll just point out to type 2 action under secret, so there's no further environmental review required.
Okay, so we're clear to go?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? As I
Aye.
am the all.
And you?
Aye. No opposed? No? Okay.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Go for it.
Appreciate it, thanks so much.
That was seamless.
Hey, you want to do mine?
All right.
And you want to add the condition that...
Oh, yes.
No.
Very nice. Where did you order this from?
Costco.
Costco, really?
Yeah.
No,
Good, just to be clear, Ms. Dunn, the condition is that there is no water service to or from the structure.
what's it?
Water, sewer.
Oh, it's good.
Water,
Sounds very difficult.
water, sewer.
Plan on putting this thing out next week. So,
Yeah, what is like the process?
You have to go up, call the building department, probably next week. They'll know what happened and then they'll tell you.
okay.
Cool, okay,
Yeah, give them a call Monday maybe.
okay, sounds good. Appreciate it.
Thanks, folks.
Thanks so much, guys.
Good luck.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Take care, Kevin.
We move on to item number 2. Notice is hereby given, the zoning board of appeals will conduct a public hearing at 7:10 or as soon thereafter for Suffern Auto Service, 20 Wayne Avenue, Suffern, New York, represented by Balsamo, Burns, Cipriani, and Ellsworth of 16 Chestnut Street here in Suffern. The applicant is seeking to reverse an administrative interpretation of the building inspector in which he determined that the appellant's current use of the parking lot for storage of vehicles for sale is not a permitted use at the site. The premises affected is situated on the north side of Wayne Avenue, is approximately 0 feet from Chestnut Street. The property is listed on the Village of Suffern and Town of Ramapo tax maps as section 54.27-1-10. Mr. Ellsworth, the floor is yours.
Good evening. I believe the the zoning board clerk knows my intent here tonight, given the fact that Mr. Gagan is deceased, and it was my intent to have him here for this administrative appeal. I spoke to Dennis Michaels today, who is acting as the attorney in this matter, and told him I would need time to either subpoena records or for the records of Mr. Gagan, or to discuss an alternative. The fact that he is not here, and it was his decision, and certainly didn't know he was sick. I only found out he passed about 10 days ago. It changed my whole dynamic. So I have requested, and the village, or the acting attorney or special counsel has consented to an adjournment. I'd ask that this board open the public hearing and keep it open until that adjourned date. I believe that if you have an August meeting, it should be put on that date to keep the public hearing or keep the procedure proper, but my client is not available on that August date, as you heard earlier.
I think you just adjourn to the September 19th. That's
As long as the record's clear that the hearing
Yeah.
remains open and there's no issue to re-notice, I'll accept that.
Procedurally, Mr. Magrino?
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. So you can just, his request is to adjourn it, so if you want to just adjourn the public hearing to September 19th, that would be, take a motion to do that.
Okay, is there a motion? Mr. Zavoski?
Yes, I motion.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
September 19th?
September 19th it is.
And off the record, I understand, is it Mr. Conley who's back assisting?
He's consulting right now.
Okay, so again, I may change my tact depending, but I would certainly keep my door open here. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right. What else do we have to discuss? Do we have adoption of minutes? We do. Is there a motion?
Motion to adopt the minutes from, what month was it?
March 28th.
March 28th, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. Is there any old business to discuss?
I have one question. Does anybody know when Washington Avenue may be repaved?
Why don't we adjourn the meeting?
Oh, sorry.
Is there any new business? Did we set the date for the next meeting, for the August meeting? We were discussing it earlier.
22nd.
22nd.
Yep.
Okay. Next meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals will be Thursday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. here in Suffern Village Hall. Being as there is nothing else, is there a motion to close?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Stay cool, everybody.